All right. We're at episode 9, week 9 of doing this Seascape. We're doing a Seascape finally. Isn't that exciting? There's no mountains in this one. Isn't that crazy? No mountain. No mountain. No cabin. It's gonna be kind of crazy, honestly. Once again, I don't really have a pinkish tone, so we might just have to settle with the purple, honestly. Might just need to settle with purple. Or magenta. Left clicky trying to work? Man. I wonder if I should take apart this mouse at some point and see if that will help things, because sometimes, yeah, this just does not like to function. So I think the music is a little quiet right now. There we go. Alright, that's good. And you know you can stop the fill tool? Isn't that crazy? We're stretching. You ever stretch your thumbs? Do a little bit of like, a little bit of that? Stretch the fingers. Cocking. Morning, Justin. Time to vibe this music and twerk. Yes. Blasting it on the speakers at his work. I think it automatically stops at the other color, I believe. Yes, it does, as expected. So notice how it's the first Monday after the time changed, and crazy. It is cloudy and dark outside. Coincidence? I think not. The world knows. The world knows, baby. Find ad break incoming soon. Love this. We love daylight savings ending. Yep, love this. Huge love this. Oh god, the left click, as you can see, it's kind of working. I mean, I think it just makes way more sense to have the clocks stay being forward and not behind. Like, I feel like that just is more logical. God. In my opinion. Right now we're just trying to work like the background color to get this like gradient tone. Try and get it as much as I can. Which I think it's starting to turn out a little bit. It's starting to come together. Damn, Aaron joins, says good morning, and then immediately says ad break in progress. But I've also found that sometimes when it says ad break, everyone isn't always getting an ad. Is something I've noticed. Which is interesting. I see blocking ads. Hell yeah. Are you gonna be sad, Aaron, that Loot Lake is gonna maybe be gone tomorrow? I think the map changes tomorrow. I don't know if Loot Lake is actually gonna stay or not. I have no idea. Yeah, I haven't gotten any snow in my area. And that's true, Prak. You are not getting any ads because you are a subscriber. This is true. Yeah, I wonder how this color would have looked. I'm like just seeing this color now. Hmm. That's actually kind of like a pink tone. Hmm. Let's keep that in mind. Keep that in mind for later reference. You'll be sad and boycott the game. That's honestly a fair course of action. You think about it. Shy. Thank you for the good luck on the painting. The rare Shy appearance in the modern decade. Evo, shouldn't you be building a power rack or something? Shouldn't you be making my left click work? Yeah, Discord's down for like everyone, I think, basically. To my understanding. Alright. That's enough sky for now. We can always come back later if we desire. Alright, we're gonna put the sun. Boom, right there. You see that? Right there, baby. Just a little bit of this, a little bit of that, you know, and then we're gonna do like just a little spritz of white, brighten it up in the middle. Evo, shouldn't you be a 44-pound rogue gnome? Is that a D&D reference? I wasn't there because I don't play. Discord's back for people now, apparently. Poggies. Hello, everyone. Discord is down party. Well, apparently Discord's up now, allegedly. Skittle, are you help? This is true. Where is he? Should join us. I don't think D&D is something that I'm super interested in currently. Maybe someday though, but not today. Not in the modern era, unfortunately. I said that about Fortnite. Yeah, but with Fortnite, I actually did like watching them play. Like, I thought it was fun actually, like, watching them play it. Right, Brack? What? So I was reading this thread, you know, like when I woke up today, and instead of getting out of bed, I was just laying in bed, and I was reading a thread, and it was like, what do you think was Nintendo's biggest, like, missed opportunity or whatever? And so many people were saying the fact that they didn't use discs for the N64. Like, a lot of people said that was Nintendo's biggest missed opportunity. I'm like, really? I'm surprised so many people are saying that. Like, would the N64 have been better if it had or if it had discs instead? I don't know. I don't know. Use the mini CDs, yeah. This is true. But they literally made a disc drive for the N64 and nothing fucking happened with it. See, I was thinking maybe it was a good thing that they didn't use CDs for the N64 because there's a chance, you know, because like a lot of these like early PS1 games that try to look realistic look like absolute total garbage nowadays. So it's like, you know, like something like Mario 64, like it still has like its charm to how it looks, I feel like. But I'm no expert on like Resident Evil, but I'm pretty sure like a lot of these old like original Resident Evil games on PS1 just didn't age well, to my understanding. So like maybe because of having limited power compared, or limited like resources compared to having CDs, maybe it forced them to just stick to like a more Nintendo style, I guess, if that makes any sense. A lot of people were also saying like, oh, like the fact that they lost like their third-party support in some ways, like how they lost Final Fantasy, like how Final Fantasy VII was originally supposed to be like an N64 title, I think, which maybe I think it would have been had the N64 supported CDs. I mean, do we all know why the PlayStation exists in the first place? It's because Nintendo was working with Sony to make an add-on for the Super Nintendo that would have been a disc add-on. But then that failed for whatever reason, and then Sony made the PlayStation, and that's why the PlayStation exists. Maybe it would have came to be at one point in time anyways, but that's why it exists. That's why it started existing when it did, is because of that failed crossover between them. It was wild to think about, like, you know, what if the Super Nintendo disc add-on had became a thing? Like, what? So many little things in history, in terms of gaming world, would be so different. I like how these clouds are looking so far. 70 discs for space and still ended up being 2 discs. I didn't know that it was 2 discs. I had some GameCube games that were 2 discs. I remember I had this Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles game on GameCube that it was 2 discs, I'm pretty sure. But it was definitely 2 discs, but I'm not sure if there was more than 2. God, that's a lost concept. I mean, that's definitely just not a thing that's needed anymore because of technological advancements. But man, shoutouts to that back in the day when it would be like the game pauses and it's like, please switch to disc 2. Nintendo said fuck it and got rid of discs. That's true, yeah, they don't even use discs anymore on the Switch, which is kind of interesting to think about. Which is kind of nice because you can hold so many Switch cartridges in like some small little holder. Like, you know what I have? Check this out. I have this thing that I literally don't use. It is a Spider-Man GameCube like disc carrier thingy. And the only game it has in it is Luigi's Mansion, which is not even my copy, but I guess it's mine now by default, I guess. I remember it was my neighbor's disc, and I don't know why, but they just left it over one day. And then, like, they're still my neighbor. Like, they're, like, literally 2 houses over. But they definitely... I don't even know if they have a GameCube anymore. Like, you know, this being back when, like, they were, like, literal, like 7-year-olds or whatever. Like, sub 10 years old, and now they're, like... One of them's in college, I know, and it's like, fucking hell. Jeez, what happened? So it's mine now. Same with a nunchuck I have for the Wii. There's one, I think, on the shelf back there that literally has my neighbor's initial on it, and it's just mine now because I guess they just left it over or something one day. Jeez. Yeah, that's definite thunder, and it's raining. Woo! Let's go. Imagine how bad loads would have been on N64 if it used discs, right? Like, that's a really nice thing. Like, you know, it's nice discs have more, like, more opportunities for more memory and more things to be in the game, but it's also nice with cartridges that are just faster. Especially for, like, PS1 era, where the loads were fucking garbage. Like how there's some games where it's like, oops, you do one thing, okay, it needs to load for 30 seconds before you can do anything else. Like, I've never played Symphony of the Night, but I know, like, when you game over in that game, it takes, like, forever to get back to the game. Part of it due to being load times. Damn, that rain's coming down. Can you hear that? No, it's not picking up on the microphone. It is raining. It's hailing. It's fucking hailing outside, actually. Jeez. That's why it's so loud. God damn. I can see it bouncing off my fence. Unka. GameCube's Resident Evil remake had 2 discs, and I think Metal Gear Solid Twin Snakes also. That's what with your copy of Leaf Green used to have. Your neighbor let you borrow as a kid, and I forgot to give it back. Feels good. You know, I was on the reverse end of that. My Mario Kart DS cartridge got lost forever because we were at like a family's house, and they had like family friends over, and like one of their like this kid like was using my Mario Kart DS cartridge, and then like when we all left, like I forgot that he had it in his DS, and then I just never saw that person ever again. But now I don't even have a DS anymore, so it's like, yep. But yeah, that was really, really tragic. Metal Gear on PlayStation was also 2 discs, so the GameCube remake BNC wasn't that big of a deal. The issue with Twin Snakes on GameCube is that it ruined the original experience with the upgraded gameplay features. And the cutscenes suck, IMO. Tragic. Tragic indeed. Prax, is it hailing for you? Damn. Now it's like raining and hailing. It is. I just grabbed my computer mouse and not my Mario Paint mouse. Anytime I switch from my Mario Paint mouse to my PC mouse, I'm like, oh my god, it's so much smoother using the PC mouse. Crazy. Using this modern mouse versus a 30-year-old mouse for a Super Nintendo. Anybody here have a mouse that uses a ball on the bottom? Anybody have one of these? But no one here does. No one here has one of those mouses. Mice. Morton, Arma. Okay, so you could hear it. When I was looking earlier at OBS, it didn't show it was picking it up on the microphone. Yeah, you can hear it when I was talking, okay. Yeah, it's kind of calming down now. Yeah, shout out to the old mouses with a ball on the bottom. Stop mouse neutering. Yep. Oh, and just like that, it's calming down. Just like that, baby. Oh shit. Amazing. Wow. Actually, I don't have the program open, so is it gonna play the alert ever? I actually don't know. And thank you, Shy, for the Prime Gaming. 33 months. You really watch Twitch nowadays and never uses Prime thing anymore? I mean, I'm always here, baby, if you need someone to use it on. Didn't hear the alert, but it's okay. Tragic.
Look at all these people. I don't know any of them. Amazing.
Amazing.
Wow.
There you go. Amazing. Wow. I gotta say, it's been a minute since I've seen you in chat, Shy. I remember when I was in my arc of streaming, like, really early, like 9 a.m. my time. I remember I used to always see you then. So anything exciting happening for anyone today? Yeah, let's try this. You woke up, yo. That's hype, honey. That's what we like to hear. This tree on the left side just makes you think of the shot of like the SpongeBob opening. Ready, Bo? There's heard thunder. There is some dark clouds outside, that's for sure. So, Monka? Something also, like, you know, I did bath percent last night, and I was watching this video. It was like 15 minutes long-ish, and it was like titled like, "Why didn't the Chow Garden ever return?" And, you know, I watch it, and it doesn't. The last like minute of the video is the only thing that talks about that. The rest of the video is just talking about other stuff. Granted, it is still talking about Sonic Adventure, but I just figured the whole video was gonna be about that, and so I got like turbo baited by that. And I was like, yay, love this. Is this the right tone to use for this? Yeah, I guess so. It's like, damn, they like actually like clickbaited though. How long have we been going for? Half hour. Half hour of streaming, specifically. I did also watch like this like 45-minute video also in that same bath that was about like talking about these newly found canceled games from Retro Studios, I believe. It was all from Retro, I think. Like, damn. I saw the end, how they mentioned Prime 4, and I was like, oh, wonder if they have any info on that, and then there was like literally nothing said about that. I'm like, oh, rip. Yeah, no content for that. It was a pretty good video. Wild how like this, like the founder or whatever of it, how he was like, oh shit, we're like losing like a ton of like employees and shit. Oh fuck, it's time to like go like partying and shit constantly. Like actual love this moment. I was like, oh. That's it. Yeah, I swear I just saw like a lightning flash behind me. That's hype. Speaking of hype things. Yep, I hear the thunder. And they mentioned that other studio, like, it's called like Iguana Studios. I'd never heard of that one before. it's just the construction, guys. It's like your balcony. Damn. You should tell him to buy the Mario RPG remake. Can't wait for you to stream that in 11 days. Yeah, I can't wait either for me to stream that in 11 days. I'm really looking forward to playing the Mario RPG remake, the game that I am going to be purchasing and owning in 10 days from now. Really just looking forward to doing that. Just really can't wait to do that, honestly. And Kendall, yeah, I'm looking forward to Kendall streaming it. Even though I'm pretty sure she actually is getting it. Pretty sure. You're queen. I still remember when I was playing Mario RPG like 3 years ago or something. I remember Prague was like, Butter, who do you think my favorite character is in this game? And I'm like, well, I assume you mean like an actual like original character from this game, so it wouldn't be like Peach or someone. And I was like, it's probably like the titty lady, and he was like, yep. It indeed was, slash is. I did not buy Mario Wonder. Did you get it, Shy? I haven't bought like a new... The last new Nintendo game I purchased was the Mario Party Superstars, which was still like... It was basically $100 here, by the way. It was like 90 something Canadian after like tax and all. But I don't know. I just don't really purchase new Nintendo games for the time being. Mario Wonder does look really good. Like, it looks like they did a great job with it. Just not something that I want to spend the money on currently. Yo, Owl. Morning, bro. Should I pay with euros? You're right, I should have paid with euros. That's my L. My B. The good news is, in my oatmeal today and yesterday, I had 4 fruits in it. I had blueberries, raspberries, strawberries, and banana. And that was good. That was enjoyable. So should I play Breath of the Wild after this? I actually wasn't really sure if I felt like playing today or not. You enjoyed it more than you thought. Yeah, this looks like the first time that they are actually putting effort into a 2D Mario in like a million years. So like that's really cool. It's not just new Super Mario Bros. Version 90 featuring some new levels. Like it's actually a new game, which is cool. My left click, work. There you go. I should put that on my Secret Santa wish list. A new Mario Paint mouse. Actually, that'd be pretty hype if I put that on there, not gonna lie. last minute errand running before your mom leaves tomorrow? Oh shit, are you gonna be buying some pizza? You know, emergency pizza to have on deck? Damn, that was a nice rumble of thunder we had. Jeez. And before power outage, Monka. That's what we need, a fucking power outage. That would just be a huge love this. The hugest fan of frozen pizzas these days. Too bulky to fit in your cramped freezer and expensive. I haven't got a frozen pizza in years. So I don't even know how expensive those things are. But at least up here in Canada, there's this brand. Prac probably knows it, McCain's. I remember their frozen pizzas used to be pretty good. But the problem with anything frozen is that there's always a fuck ton of like sodium in it. I think that's like just one issue. Like, oops, all sodium. McCain, their pizza pops like Hot Pockets. That's so. Yeah, that was the brand we used to get back in the day for frozen pizzas. It's like I always saw like some new thing going around about how like people are just saying like, you know, like McDonald's isn't even like cheap anymore. How like, you know how shitty McDonald's is, but then it's like it used to like actually be like pretty cheap, and now it's like allegedly really expensive now. Whenever I see people talk about that, like if I see a Reddit thread or something, and like in the comments, people will be like, yeah, I got like a meal with like just a fries and drink, and it was like $18, and they're just like, bruh, for $18 I could just go to like an actual restaurant instead. Gotta get individual slices from a local place. I haven't bought local slices, or just like those like already made slices at a pizza place in so long. I used to do that back in the day. It's been forever though. Like I remember when I was in elementary school, there was this one pizza place that was not too far away that we would like walk to some days. And it was like literally $2 for like 2 slices of pizza and a soda. That shit was a banging deal back then. That shit was so hype as a kid. But I remember one time, this being like 6 years ago or something, I went to like this pizza place nearby to get some just pizza slices, and it was like not too far before close, and I was just gonna get like 2 slices or something, and the guy was like, how much money do you have there? And I was like, I have like a $5, because I think it was gonna be like $3 or something like that, and he was like, if you give me like that 5 or whatever, I'll give you like just the rest of these slices. And it was like 8 slices or something that that was just there chilling. So that was huge profit. I assume they probably just do that like at near close to try and like get rid of like the rest of the slices if nobody wants them. Just so they don't go to waste. Like, you know what's actual bullshit is how like allegedly like some like restaurants or stores whatever aren't allowed to like donate their like expired products. Like, I'll hear stories sometimes about like individual workers will like take stuff that's gonna get thrown out anyways and try and like donate it to like, you know, people who could use it, and then it's like, oh nope, you're not allowed to do that. And it's like, yep, people don't actually care about helping others. Oops, all this perfectly good food we have, let's just throw it out. Lol XD. Ever heard of pizza places giving individual slices? Or if it's a regional thing, because I know when we were at a garlic crust, they offer individual slices. It's just like you'll be at like the counter, and then usually on like the side they just have this like rectangular like warming thing that just the slices will just chill in. They'll just sit there. Like, kind of look up like I wonder if I can find like an image of this. Them. Try to see if I can find like an actual like picture of it. I tried looking at my like New Orleans to see if I could find like see if I could find like, an image of the store with it. But I couldn't find a single one. But yeah, I guess like it's something like that, give or take, where it'll be like usually just next to the counter, and you'll be like, oh yeah, can I get 2 of the meat lovers or whatever, something like that. It's pretty good, pretty chill. It's a normal thing in New York, at least. I'd say it's pretty common around here as well. I don't know if my Domino's does it. I can't remember if they do. I don't think my Domino's does that. But I know like, yeah, the other pizza places in town that I can think of, they do or did used to do that. It's kind of interesting though, like I always just assumed that was just a normal thing at pizza places because that I've always seen that, and that was like such a common thing like growing up that we would get. Yeah, just basically talking about that, how like some pizza places, how it's like a normal thing up here, but allegedly Arma's area does not have that. seen it at gas stations more than anything, and it looks a lot less hype. And yeah, what Owl said, usually they would pop them in the oven for a bit to like warm them up, to like make them like a little more fresh. Yeah, honestly, they were pretty good. I guess like if you're just not trying to get like an entire pizza, they were pretty chill. Bruh, why didn't that link work? Damn, a pizza place has a... Well, if you copy the whole link, it will work. If you copy the whole text, rather. Damn, this one has so many. That's crazy. At least around here, we don't have that many normally. That's a lot. But I guess maybe if you're like in a bigger area, it could be warranted. Well, that's what we can do when Arma comes up in 16 weeks from now. We can walk to Garlic Crust and get 2 slices from their slice rack thingy. Yeah, shout out to just like differences in cultures depending on the area you're in. Just even for like simple things like that. It's like, oops, sorry, it's completely different here. I wonder what other like low-key like just differences in food culture exists between like all of our areas. Hard to know. Hard to know. It's could be so different. Also, it's blending on the CRT, like this right here, like this piece of, like, how does it look on the capture card? But like that piece of brown, yeah. Like to me, it keeps looking like green, like this little bit of brown that goes over the water. It keeps looking like green, and I think it does on the capture card also. And it's really fucking with me, because I would keep seeing as green, and I'm like, it's like I never use green there. And I'm like, why is there green? And I'm like, I guess it's just like visual trickery going on. When I got up today, my eyes were still like, bleh. I blame the fact that the time went back, the clocks went back. Like anything bad that happens today, you can blame it on that, honestly. Like for real. Like totally valid to blame it on that. Just these fences that Bob Ross does where they're always like super like fucked up looking like this. See, and then there you go. Boom, like that. Easy. Easy as pie. That's the saying, I think, right? If I recall correctly. How are we feeling about this one? Is it turning out? Is it looking good? Definitely something right now. It's definitely looking some kind of way, that's for sure. Yeah. Yeah, there's no pink to use on the sky, unfortunately. Once again, we have this issue of there being no pink. But I think this magenta color is, you know, it's close enough, and it gets a pretty decent job done, I would say. Yeah, sometimes using limited colors, this is also true, can be pretty cool. To see what you can make without having access to unlimited colors. Like, I remember in one of my classes, when they were showing us about like making logos, like one thing they taught us first was like, oh, make sure your logo looks good in black and white before you worry about the color. And honestly, good advice. That's true, not being overwhelmed by everything. That's like, you know, when I first started using like Clip Studio Paint, I was a little like overwhelmed by just like, I was like, oh god, like I don't know how to like do things in this program. And it's like Photoshop as well, like it's so fucking big, like there's so much shit you can do in that program. So it's just like, so much at first. What, that you looked good in black and white, Ebo? Question mark. Yep. Ebo, shouldn't you be building a power rack right now? Alright, Ebo, time for your daily power rack building. Yes, honey. Actually, I saw this thing. I forget where I saw it earlier. Can I find it again? What's it called? Oh my god, what the fuck was it called? Actually, shouldn't it be my recently viewed? But I literally looked at it. Okay, hold up. I need to look at this on my phone because I know I opened it on my phone. I assumed it would sync to my computer, but I guess not. I looked at it while I was in bed earlier. Called a... It's called a burn machine. I saw one of these, people were talking about it on Blue Sky. And it was like, oh, this is something hype apparently for like upper body cardio while sitting at your desk. Or like just whatever. And I was like, oh, it looks kind of cool. And then I was like, oops, it's fucking like over, it's like $200 basically. I'm like, bruh. There's one that's like 90. I'm like, why is it so expensive? Jeez. But I guess, yeah, you just like do like that, and you can like do it like sideways or whatever. And I guess that's really good probably. But it's like, why is it so fucking expensive? Like, I swear. Like, weights are just so expensive. Like, you know those weights where it's like adjustable, like dumbbells that you can like adjust the weight of them? Like, those things are so expensive. It is insane. It is just truly unfortunate. And this is why instead of buying weights, these bags of salt that my dad gets for our water softener, I'll literally work out with those. Like, I haven't done it in a little bit, but I'll sometimes like squat like these bags of salt. They're like 40 pounds or something. I said hit left click like 4 times for it to click. I'm actually gonna put that on my Secret Santa wish list update. New Mario Paint mouse. This painting speaks to me. The sky speaks to me on a gay level. Why? Because it's all magenta. Oops, all magenta. You spent $700 on your adjustable dumbbells. The film we use for our machines have little oxygen packets in them. I collected a bunch and threw them in a bag and used them as a dumbbell for a while. Hell yeah. Yeah, you could make your own weights, like if you had a way to like just like fasten like a bag of salt or like a bag of like rice or sand or something. I think rice is something like some people use, I've heard. But for anyone watching, for anyone who doesn't already have one, I know a few people in here have one. This is one of the best investments you can get, an ab roller. That shit is a good investment. Would recommend everyone get one. The ab roller plug, yeah. Listen, it was like, I think mine, it was like $15. And it's definitely done some work. It's pretty good, and you can do it wherever. More into calisthenics. Minimal equipment required. Feels good. Yeah, I definitely like doing stuff that doesn't require equipment. Like, I also enjoyed using, like, the treadmill and such when I did go to the gym years ago. I don't know. Yeah, exactly. The ab roller is really good for the price. I agree. I agree with that. Like, bodyweight stuff is really good, I feel like, as well. I definitely am a bodyweight enjoyer, exerciser. A tree branch can be a pull-up bar. Yeah, like literal like monkey bars at a park. Like boom, that's a pull-up bar right there. Which there is a park, like if I were to be at my front door of my house, I could get to a park in like probably like 10 seconds if I ran over there. It is so close. Let's just go out there at like 2 a.m. and just use the monkey bars as a pull-up bar real quick. Two chairs can be dip bars, true. Same can be like the corner of like a countertop, like in your kitchen or something. That can be used for dips. Dude, come on. I don't know. I'm getting to the point where I think I might be done with this one. I don't know. Like, I don't really know like what else I can really do to this, and my left click's being a fucking ass. Can you work? You want to work for me? I would really appreciate it if you did the part where you functioned. I tried like 6 times to paint this line right here, and it's just not working. Just gotta smack it a few times, maybe. Oh, there he goes. See, there. There we go. Yeah, I think I'm good to call this one done. I don't know. I think anything else I do is just like minimal. I don't know. I think it's a GG for me. GG for me for this Bob Ross painting. Love this.